Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, I'm Karina. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, I'm originally from New York, so I have a special affinity towards you and watching your career and how it's just continued to expand throughout the years. You're a mogul, an entrepreneur. You've done remarkable things, and now you have this awesome partnership with Foxhole. Um, Now you have been the reason or the spark and the beginning of so many remarkable careers in hip hop and even across genres that people probably don't even know about. What is it about you? What is it that's inside of you that is able to see it and nurture this talent?
Um, I just think when I'm inspired and I love something, I protect it.
Right.
Instinctually, that's just the way I'm built. And I just think that everything, I just believe in being fair. And, it just seems that the artists and the creators are the ones that just never get treated fair. And I am an
Mm,
artist and a creative as well. And, culturally, I'm used to watching my culture not being treated fairly. I'm because I don't let that happen. I take my fair. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I always need a fair one, or at least we don't have to fight it out. So I fight for fairness actually, and I think that's where the nurturing comes from. Being able to see talent before it evolves or hits its potential.
Hmm.
Usually, what happens is I'm the type of guy that just I'm very, I would say, snotty about everything, from fashion to music to even jokes.
Right.
You got to be really funny to make me laugh. And I've always known that about myself. When you understand your value and your self worth, then you start to trust your own opinions. So
Mm.
when I'm like, wow, this person made me laugh, or I actually like this, and I'm snotty, I know that for the most part, that means the rest of the world's gonna love it.
Because your
And
bar is automatically at a high level.
I just
So,
I just represent what most people like. This is
okay.
crazy.
So, where did that confidence come from?
Um, I just don't ever remember having a lack of it.
Mm.
It's just a narrative, right? So I think maybe it was because of my name, Damon Dash, that gave me confidence. But just off top, I come from a family that's just not really having it.
Right.
So, just I've never had to be a victim. And I've always been taught to make sure I'm not the victim by having offense be the best defense.
Mm.
So I'm not, we're just used to not being bullied. So I was born into a family that just doesn't get bullied.
Right.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
okay,
And,
I hear
and
that.
I'm not, and trust me, I'm not the tough one in the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I promise you, I'm the least toughest in my family.
Okay, but okay, so now so your career has gotten you to a point where I mean you've been a business owner for so many years, an entrepreneur.
For
Now
my
you
whole
have
life.
okay, yes. Um, so now you have a partnership with Fox Soul, and you're creating your own content from Dame Dash Studios, which is also a streaming service. So can you talk to me a little bit about that partnership?
Foxhole has been great, and it's movies, and it's TV shows, and it's music, and it's fashion, and it's
Mm-hmm.
education, and it's therapy, and it's forbidden knowledge. For television, for me, things are meant to distract us. You know, unfocus us from what's really bothering us. That's
Right.
what entertainment is. And then with the things that you visualize and see are things like dysfunction, especially when it relates to our culture. So all we can
Right.
visualize is negativity in our culture. And our programming is about focus. It's deprogramming. It's about showcasing what Black love looks like, what exactly it is we're fighting for, and also what we need to do to heal to get there. So basically, we're
Mm-hmm.
showcasing the win. So I have programming like the OSG network, which is about 125 Black principals, and they're all making their dreams come true while making kids' dreams come true.
Love it.
I have Healing is Gangster, which is Taj, the therapist, us recognizing the trauma that the unrecognized trauma of
Right.
just being Black, you know what I'm saying, or of color.
Mm-hmm.
And making that cool because we all need it. And the problem with therapy is Black people don't get it. Study of therapy or of people doesn't come from us. So when we finally get the therapy, it's in the wrong language. It's from the
Right.
wrong kind of trauma.
Well, there's a
because culturally
generation of
that's
trauma
the
that
trauma.
they can't even speak to. So
And the trauma that's just in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? From coming from just a long line of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then on Fridays we got music, blue rock, all the live instrumentation and good music we've been doing for the last forever. Mondays is Health is Wealth and Dash Diabetes Network, and that's me and Raquel's show talking about being healthy. And then on Saturdays is movie night. So not only my movies, but I have a crew from Dame Dash Studios Distribution, because I also distribute movies, about 10 really ill filmmakers. And they all making films. And I have a studio in Florida and a studio in Wyoming and a studio in LA. And we're round robin shooting. I'm gonna deliver 20 brand new movies this year. And just acquired 2 arena football teams, and they will be televised as well, with all the programming that comes with that, and lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Yes. Okay. So hold on, because this started with Fox Soul. It started with 4 hours of block programming on Saturdays, and now I see that it's expanded. So how did that happen?
Ratings. So you know, again, graciously they gave us Saturdays, those 4 hours, and we performed so well, it turned into 6 hours, and then we performed so well, it turned to an hour a day, and the movie hours, I guess that's about 4 hours on Saturday.
So you're big on ownership, and I know that for a fact. How has it been working with kind of like this major company and having to compromise and having to say,
you know, I don't work for that company, and I own mine and they own theirs. It's a partnership. It's 2 bosses coming together. It's 2 generals coming together. They have their army. I have my army. They merge, and now we're one army. So working with other generals, it's not a problem, because where I have the voids, they're strong. Where they have the voids, I'm strong. And we work together. I don't have to deal with, the thing is, if you're a television network, if you don't have a sales team, you have nothing. Nothing. Okay. And being with Fox and Fox Soul is everything for me.
Okay. So they're complementing the content that you're providing in a positive way. So it's working out for everybody.
In a very profitable way.
Yeah. More importantly, hello somebody. Okay.
It's so like, imagine having a lot of really good drugs, right? The best drugs. Okay. But you don't have no spots to put them in. But my thing is, when your drugs are good, eventually they'll come to you. So it's just more of a patient grind.
Gotcha. Now, okay, so I heard, you just said that you've got 20 movies coming down the pipeline, and I heard somewhere that Paid in Full, too.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be, you know, to me, Paid in Full is a franchise, so it's going to be a lot of things. You know, there's an effect, the Paid in Full effect. So there's the car, the culture, what happened after the movie. Right. There's that, so there'll be an A&E drama. I mean,
like a series?
Yeah. It's going to be, I mean, why wouldn't I make a movie, a TV show, a documentary? Why wouldn't I do all that?
Facts.
I just was waiting to do it on my own network.
Okay. And
so it was a struggle to make Paid in Full. I had to fight the Weinsteins. You feel me? It was not easy. And that was before everybody was, you know, the Me Too thing.
Right.
This was 10, 20 years before, when people were celebrating him and are crucifying him now. But I was always on his head. So to make Paid in Full, I had to fight to get it right. I had to convince people that are not from my culture what was right for my culture. The shit that they sent me to make, it was worth the fight. I would never put my name on that. So I had to go out there and do everything myself. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous.
And you were successful.
Well, it was successful. Right. It was successful for a narrative. But if you look at, you know, what's pop successful, it's didn't get an Oscar, didn't get an award, didn't do 100 million. But what it did do is it gave my culture something to cherish. It's the gem again. And that's what I am. That's really what I consider myself. You know how Paid in Full is a movie that everybody loves, but you might not think is recognized by pop culture? That's
It
me.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
paid in full. I'm paid in
Oh,
full. You feel me?
okay. Yeah.
I like to
I see
make,
what you're saying.
I like to make vinyl.
Mm,
I don't want to be recognized by pop and not respected by my culture. I'd rather be a hit record, a hit movie, a hit fashion within mine.
well, it's the difference between
And don't
being
take
a
that to give
fad
me
and being
respect.
timeless, right?
And
Like,
don't take that. And also, I want to give a very big shout out to my godfather of fashion, Andre Lee and Talley. You know,
R.I.P.
he
Yeah.
did so much for us, and he fought so hard for us, and people don't even know. And I just wanted to give him that. That's a dude I really wanted to celebrate while he was here. I really did. He did a lot for my family. I mean, for Rachel, for me, even my daughter. My daughter put out a book. He did the book tour with her, and I
Oh,
got the receipts. You know, real family. You know what I mean? So I want my culture to be able to participate in that fashion family. But if
right.
they don't know how, then they won't. And like not everybody had an Andre Lee and Talley to give you guidance. I was lucky enough to get. He told me everything I needed to do to get Rachel and what I needed to do for fashion. And the things he taught me, I still imply and implement daily.
I mean, but that's still something that you can do for content, even if he's not here, like in honor
Well,
of him and his life.
what I have said was I wanted to honor him here while he was here. You know what I'm
So that
saying?
means that something's in the works, AKA.
It means out of respect, something got to be in the works. I don't have a choice.
I
It's
feel
going to
you.
be on my brain for a while.
Right.
You know, there are people that have transitioned that I was
Mhm.
able to give their flowers to.
Right.
So when they transitioned, I felt that ease a little bit.
Right.
Like they knew at least how much I loved them. I don't know if he understood how much love I had for that man.
That's beautiful though, and I think at least his family will know or will receive that kind of love and affection that you feel for him. So
It's different, but
I
that
know.
type of shit makes me sad.
I'm sorry. It's like one of
So
those things that you're like, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, but I think it's
there's
beautiful that you're working
nothing
on
I can do
something.
about it.
Right.
Once there's nothing you can do about it, that's when you feel like you lost a little. So that's the only time I feel like I lost is when I can't appreciate the people that gave me love. He gave me love, the type of OGness like that nobody else gave me from my culture, and that's why I love him so much.
You think he doesn't know that though, or you think he didn't know that? I think he probably did.
Well,
So don't beat
you know,
yourself up over that.
things got tricky because of Rachel, so to keep a
Yeah.
certain amount of space so that they could have a decent situation. So,
Sure.
I mean, I know he knows how much. I mean, but no, I don't think he knows. I really just wanted to buy him an old Rolls Royce. That's what he wanted, an old Rolls Royce.
Well,
That's all I
this
wanted to do.
you'll overcome this loss. I mean, I don't. You've actually experienced.
Listen, let me tell you. Trust me, I've dealt with loss.
That's what I was gonna say. You've dealt with
So you know,
enormous amount of it.
It's just a regret, and I
Yeah,
don't like to live with any regrets.
I hear you.
So that's one of them things. It's like, but that's all right. We can move on. I'm good.
Okay. So speaking of your network and showing people their flowers while they're here, you have also given your wife an opportunity to, huh?
No, I'm saying.
You've also given your wife an opportunity to showcase her talents and her skill set with her show, teaching us how to create these vegan meals. And then you come on there and you're like, what is this? I don't know what this is, which is awesome. What's it like going to work with your wife?
I don't know any other life really. So that's what in love for a living is. Like, I don't understand this thing where if you're in love with somebody, you should want to see him every day, all day. Right. You don't want them going away from 8 hours and having some other dude telling them what to do or women, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been my method. I create businesses with the people that I love so I could be around them all day.
I love that. That's beautiful.
So everything always feels like a date. Like right now, every second feels like a date around me. I love it. This is what that's, you know, and I got my son, you know, everything I love is in front of me. Everything I appreciate, not everything, but it's just, you know, when you make I think every man's job is his only job is to make his woman's dream come true. That's the only thing that a man is here on the planet to do.
I hope everybody's hearing this because
They
need
don't
to
have
know.
to. There's not many people that think like this.
Right.
So, I'm sort of a unicorn, I guess. But so that makes me happy, that she can be comfortable, that she can have a baby, that she can be supported just to create.
Yes.
And God is the creator of life, right? So is
like
a woman.
Women.
No, that's the only other thing that can create life is a woman. The closest thing to God is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on the way the trickery of the world and the lies and the way people are manipulated and controlled, I kind of believe God might be a woman. Just logically.
Oh, me too.
And also, everything I do is for my children and to look good in front of women.
Yo, that's real.
What else would I be doing it for? To look good in front of a dude? No, I don't do nothing to look good in front of a dude, ever. I don't give a fuck about what any dude thinks about me or how I look or what I'm wearing or any of that.
Right.
It gets annoying when dudes copy me and then I walk in and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it happens all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
So hopefully you don't copy this. That's the one thing some dudes don't want to copy, but that's the reason why we started our TV show,
right?
Because they were portraying me and my family in a bad way, actually intentionally trying to fuck me over or divide us. Tara, what's her name? Tara Reid, right? It's Tara Long. Tara Long from U1, and the what's the channel? The fuck was it on?
We Channel.
Yeah, We Channel. So I was like, yo, first of all, y'all not even paying me enough to be on this show. I'm only doing it for my kids. Second of all, I got my own network. Third of all, fuck you. I'm going to go and do my own show and showcase the love that we fight for, not the dysfunction.
And also that shows the importance of ownership, right? Like that's another lesson in why people should try to own their own stuff. I don't even know any other way.
Right. You got to think when you're on a reality show, unless you got a certain kind of contract or you're part of a certain union, you don't even get no residuals. That shit goes into syndication, you don't even get no money. Like you can't be walking through a strip club at a certain age just because you're on a reality show when you're younger. Right. So you got to have some kind of ownership or get some sort of passive income. So ownership makes it where you can sit by the pool and get money for something that you did 10, 15 years ago.
Right. That's crazy. Now hold on, because let's talk about the music, because you have a band. Talk to me about this band. What kind of music are we making? What's going on? When are we gonna
straight rock and roll? Straight rock and roll. I'm Billy Pablo.
But this is not your first rodeo with rock and roll, because Black Rock was rock and roll and a hip hop fusion.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, again, another great project that would be looked at like a paid in full. Only you got to be in the know to know that.
Yeah, but that's how the Black Keys got their push to become who the Black Keys became.
Yeah, but that was my thing, rock and roll. To me, like you can't get money in my neighborhood unless you get money in your own neighborhood. So being that I was very credible in hip hop in my neighborhood, I wanted to go and see what's up in their neighborhood. And then what I realized is this is actually my neighborhood and they pretending it's theirs. So I just think I'm a bigger rock star than all of them.
Right.
So I made my own rock and roll. I have the best guitar player on the planet. His name is Tash. Best living, breathing, doing verses with any guitar band ever. I don't even care. He the best.
So what are you doing? Are you rapping? Are you sick? Like what does it sound like? I'm just like itching to know.
Well, you can see what it looks like because we play videos in the documentary on Fox Soul. And I'm sorry I'm eating wrong, but
you good.
I'm really sorry about that. You have Spotify?
I do have Spotify.
Go to the album is Therapy by the Black Guns. You can get it right now.
Okay.
And listen to it.
Okay. Like you want me to do it right now?
If you want to.
Okay. Therapy, the Black Guns.
I'm curious, so I can play a video for you on the Zoom. You want to see a video?
No, I want to hear it first. What? That's a fact. Whoa.
I know who got rich. Every nigga I know got rich. Every nigga I know got rich. You know a nigga that I know that they can get rich. I make
This
niggas
this
rich.
song right here it's like the if you had a song to describe or a chorus to describe what you have been in our culture and in even beyond this genre, right? Like you have made a lot of people rich, a lot of people, a lot of money, and more importantly, a lot of people. You've made a lot of people credible. Like I mean, people that people don't even think about, like the Black Keys, like Victoria Beckham. Remember when you were
Oh
Victoria
shit!
Beckham?
How the fuck you know about everything, huh?
Hello, I'm from New York. Like this is
Not everybody
history.
from New York knows all that. I did that in London. You know what I'm saying?
But you helped
I
her
definitely brought
pop
her
in
down to
London
Harlem.
by
I forgot I
herself.
brought Victoria back into Harlem. I gotta get that footage. That shit is hilarious.
But that's what like.
Huh?
What is that like for you? Like, do you wake up every day like, yo, I put these people on, all these people. Was Khalifa, like Kanye? I
You
mean,
know everything. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't look at it like that. I don't know. It's fun. It's all I know. So I don't know how it feels not to be doing that. You know?
Okay.
I haven't been wrong ever
No,
as an adult. I've not been wrong since I was
no,
like I just haven't been wrong for my adult life at all.
right.
Actually, you know, I started when I was a teenager. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
So okay,
I don't
but
know no
what
other
was it
way.
that?
I'm born into winning.
But what was it that started when you were a teenager? Because didn't you like you used to work at barbershops and stuff? So like, what?
No, I owned a barbershop. I owned a barbershop.
Like, get it right.
Yeah, I was a teenager. I had a barbershop. They were
Okay.
cutting hair in the front and selling weed in the back.
All right, let me ask you this question because I gotta know
On 112th Street.
how you got money as a teenager to own a barbershop. Like, where did the money come from for you to pay
I
for
was
the
a drug
barbershop?
dealer.
Oh, I mean, I kind of knew that, but I didn't want to, put it out there like that.
Wasn't a
Okay.
killer. Wasn't a killer. But I was a
Okay.
drug dealer.
So, okay, so you're saying that this has been who you've been since inception, right? So, what is there
I've been
something
getting
that
money. I had a car when I was 15 years old. People were working for me when I was 15. Since I was 15, I've been a boss.
which is interesting
And-
because it's
and-
also
and-
when
but
your
have to
mom passed away,
understand
right?
in that world, when people don't pay you, you have to be violent. So I'm not gonna say I was a tough guy, but I just say, I did what I needed to do to survive, to be respected, so that I could
Right.
actually hustle. So, I can't see if I could deal in that kind of world without having to be violent, other than when I got to collect money or when somebody runs off. But all the people that and get there through that seamlessly, how could I ever let a lane tell me what to do or be scared of a
Right.
lane?
So it gave you
I'm
the
from
tools to
I'm
work
from
in.
142nd Street in Lenox. I grew up on I lived in 1199, but 142nd Street in Lenox, that's where I'm from. So I could have made paid in full based from my perspective.
Right.
That's why I know it so well. I was right there. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the only one that was right there. That's right here. The only one from that decade. No one else.
Right.
That's in this. No one else. And that's always been the advantage I have. I'm real Harlem. Real Harlem.
Right.
Like,
which makes your perspective super valuable.
Like, not like, oh, I came from Harlem and, I lived in Esplanade and I didn't come outside Harlem. I was across the street on 142nd Street, the tenement building Harlem, by choice. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
By choice.
So in knowing that, like, I know that you're also working on The Prince of Detroit, which is
I'm finished editing that shit today.
Yes, congratulations.
Listen, let me show you something. I've been editing that motherfucker for 3 months straight. The editor lives with me right now. We're finished today. I'm going to
put you got to do what you got to do.
Voiceovers. Nah, to me, it's an art.
Right.
And I wanted to make a movie about an entrepreneur, a Black entrepreneur that made money other than in sports.
Right, because it seems like that's the only way that Black stories are being told.
The way you can get it done, you have to find people that care about the work, that want to put in the work. So it's hard to actually find those people that will even bunker down and let you really, this is my dream, to be able to have editors in my house while I'm working with my child. You know, I had to architect it this way.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so when can we expect the Prince of Detroit?
All I gotta do really, literally, is color this motherfucker and mix it, and we good. So it depends.
Awesome.
I might, you know, I think I'm gonna take it on a theatrical run. We developed a curriculum around it as well for schools. So I want to show it in schools.
Like how to become an entrepreneur, or?
There's a lot of lessons in the movie. So whatever lessons are in the movie, I want you to get those lessons. Sometimes movies aren't so clear. You're just entertained, but nah, I want you to learn. I want you to look at my movies and learn how to be a millionaire, if you're not already.
Yes, I'm definitely, I was already gonna watch, but now sign me up. Pass the curriculum over here. Okay. So
where are you?
I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm from New York, but I'm in Dallas doing radio. Okay, so you've been like this forever. Like this is just who you are. What about? Is there any?
Where are you?
In Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas. Interesting. Is it hot in Dallas during the winter?
And it's actually like 20 degrees today.
Nah, that's not it.
It's cold.
I would say come out here, but there's so much COVID out here.
What we gonna do? What you want me to like host the what? What you want? Listen, I got pitches. Don't play.
Yeah, I like how knowledgeable you are about certain things.
Oh well, you know, I'm a journalist. Okay, listen, and also I respect your craft so much, but I do want to know because Did
you go over? Did I tell you that I just acquired 2 arena football teams?
Yes.
And
you're about to start lacrosse.
So we're gonna change the narrative there as well.
Okay.
You know, there hasn't been any options, and I don't like the way my culture's treated in these so-called professional sports. Instead of trying to fit in, I'm sick of that shit. Fuck that.
Like you do.
Doing my own leagues and professional, same stadiums they play in, but also in the metaverse. So the first team, I've acquired a team in Tampa, the Tampa Cyclones, and the I keep saying them. Oh, the Predators. That's what I don't like that name that much. That's how I want to change it.
Are you gonna change it?
I don't know. I gotta talk to the. I just wanted to still with the Predators. Right now.
Me Too's about to come for you. Okay.
You might have to get that one different. But yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fly. It's gonna be like a Super Bowl every weekend. It's not gonna be the Negro League. It's gonna be the We Grow League.
Ooh.
What made you go to Dallas?
Radio. I grew up on Angie Martinez and Hot 97, and so I was like, I really want to do this. I used to do marketing at a label, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go back and get my master's, and I got my master's in journalism, and I did journalism, then I did overnights at Hot 97.
You have a master's?
Yeah.
Wow, impressive.
You
impressed me a couple of times on this. I've been impressed a couple of times.
Thanks.
Actually, the minute I got on the Zoom, I was impressed. I was like, oh shit, this is impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. So I've been bouncing around for radio ever since, like, for the past 6 years. Anywho, you're an inspirational figure, okay? And I feel like a lot of people don't get to see that side all the time, and now they do because of the content that you're putting out. But
do you expect the oppressor to showcase us winning?
No, not really. If it benefits them, if it benefits them.
Really? You know, I don't see too many people they celebrate happy from our culture. And they don't show the happy. They show the dysfunction of the people they celebrate.
Right.
It's like they make you famous just to fucking show you fucking fall apart.
Yeah.
And I'm not with all that. To get to that kind of fame, to their standard, you know, to break a social class, when you go from being broke to rich and say, yo, you want to go broke again, then you better act this way.
So have control over your narrative instead of allowing
They're
you to blossom.
never going to show us winning. We have to show us winning. They don't ever write about the principles, the OSG principles, ever. They come see me 30 at a time. I teach a class with them every Tuesday for 2 years. We feed kids. We do all. They never report that shit.
Right.
Never. Ever, never, ever, never, ever. I'm about to do something with this technology, you know, for the NFTs and the metaverse and the multiverse. So big things are happening there.
Well, I'm glad. And if you could, also another thing that you could do is teach people, like in urban communities, how to get involved in that. Because I think there's a lot of confusion about how to get involved, how to get started. Even I myself,
we have a show. Cash is actually doing a show. There'll be a lot of education on the network, and
I love it.
With the sports leagues, we're going to provide everything for our culture that they don't provide for us. So there'll be therapy, there'll be health, there'll be financial literacy, economic empowerment.
Financial literacy.
All of it is important.
Well, thank you so very much. I am, you talked earlier about not giving people their flowers when they're here. And so let me give you your flowers and tell you what an impact you've been to people.
You should let me give you
from
some
my community.
flowers. I'm going to give you some flowers.
No, I'm serious though. Like you are.
But I'm serious too. I'm going to give you some flowers.
Okay.
For a woman to give me flowers, I appreciate it. But it's hard for me not to have the urge to give you flowers. But I'm going to give you some real ones, some physical ones.
Well, anyway, this is about you, not about me. So thank you for what you've done in the culture, who you've been in the culture. I think that you continue to make an imprint. And I do think that people don't give you enough credit for all of the careers that you've made.
I get, trust me, and I appreciate it. And I love that you feel that way. But I do want the world to always know that within my culture, I get all the flowers. You know,
and that's all that matters.
And I appreciate, and that's all I care about. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate my culture appreciating me. I appreciate my culture really knowing what I've been fighting for. You know, I don't expect the people I'm fighting to celebrate. I have no expectation of that, and I have no desire for that. They start celebrating me too much a certain way, that means I'm doing something wrong for my culture.
Well, I thank you. A gem dropped by Dame Dash, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're the gem.
Oh, me? Thank you.